Hey, it's Glenn. And I don't know, there's so much going on in my head right now, I don't even know where to begin. But I will start with it is 1 week from yesterday, so 6 days from today, I will have to make the decision, because I'll have to prepare. I'll only have 1 week to prepare after that. So am I going to go plan A, B, or C? See the last vlog video. Because our lease is up here, everybody's going their separate ways. Matt inherited a house, Chase is moving in with his mother to save up money, and I have nowhere to go that I can afford with one income. But I've had some more leads since last week, and they've all come to naught. Like, they've all, the cheapest one was $1,100 a month, which is about $250 more than I can afford. It's $250 more than I pay now, which is max what I can pay. The other one wanted $1,305 a month that I checked out yesterday. There's still one that is within my price range and is very close to where I work that I haven't been able to get in contact with anyone over there. But according to the internet, they have 2 vacancies, and that's really my last hope of having a home and staying. Okay, plan C will be a very drastic change, I'll just say that. So plan A and B, I'm still here, basically, in Dallas. Plan C is starting an entirely new life. Somewhere else. Doing something else. Just a whole new life. So next week I have to make the decision. So plan A is get a place that I can afford. Plan B is I'm homeless. I'm the working homeless. Plan C, is very drastic. They're all drastic, honestly. Plan A is the only not drastic one. But it's really hard to pull off. So, that kind of is just, nothing much has changed since last week. But we're 1 week out from having to make a decision, and I'm stressed out about that. But right, so I'm trying to get my head straight, because it's really difficult when you're under so much stress to think clearly, especially when people are throwing things at you, not fully understanding the situation. One of my friends was talking about the one I found that was $1,100, and was like, well, but you'd be saving money because it's right across the street from a store, and you won't have to drive to the grocery store, so it would balance out that way. And I'm like, alright, so it's $250 more than I pay. And I did the math, because I told him, but then I did the math to make sure I wasn't wrong. The store here is just around the corner. I don't spend $62.50 a week driving to the store, so it wouldn't save me any money. And there's some other ones I found. I found one that was affordable, but the commute was obscene. I can't do it. I physically can't do that commute and also sleep. So if I got that place, I'd be living in my car during the week anyway, because I couldn't. And I don't know if I can sleep in my car. I don't know what I'm gonna do, y'all. I don't know what I'm gonna do. But I will by Saturday. Because whatever I'm going to do, I have to put money into it that day. So like a minute ago, I was thinking about 2024 and how just saying that year makes me want to vomit, but I'm trying to remember the theme I chose for this year's vlogs was spiritual balance. And man, did I underestimate the power of that theme. It's been really hard to stay on track with that because I have so much anger, I have so much negative emotion just in every fiber of my being right now, and I'm trying to clear it out, but more bad stuff keeps happening. So I don't know. So today, I guess, I started really thinking about that. Just that I need to be zen about the situation I'm in. It's a change. And like throughout history, people have had hard lives. So, I could ask, why me? Or I could ask, why not me? Like, who am I that I shouldn't also have a hard life? It's the added challenge is that I'm surrounded by people who are not having as hard a life as I am. So it skews my perspective a little, or a lot. But even homeless in America, I'm better off than a lot of people in certain other countries in the world. And I do have employment. I do have an income that's reliable. So if I put because I have a plan for the next year that I'm keeping, I'm not showing my cards. Because, it's a psychology fact that if you tell people your plans, you're less likely to succeed. And it's kind of like if you write a list, you're less likely to... It's kind of like your brain is tricked into thinking, okay, I wrote the list of my to-do list. Your brain thinks, okay, it's done. I've done that. So those are some traps I'm trying not to fall into, because succeeding is not a choice. Like it's give up or succeed. There's nothing in between, and I'm not giving up. So I'm doing everything I can to help myself succeed. I'm going to succeed, but anyway, so I was thinking about 2024 and how do I reframe my nauseated response to thinking about this year. And I'm thinking, okay, this year I will begin the journey that takes me to where I will be in 2025, which will be a much better place. Whatever happens to me over the next couple of weeks, whatever happens to me at the end of August, beginning of September, I will be in a much better place 1 year in the future. So 2024 is the year that I begin that journey. It's not all bad. It's not... I shouldn't be focusing on going down in flames this year. I should be focusing on being a phoenix. This isn't the year of my demise. This is the year of transition. And transition on the scale I'm facing is never easy. I think, yes, I die this year. I need to die this year in the way that a phoenix does. It's the hero's journey. It's the symbolic death that changes your course and enlightens you and brings you back stronger and more empowered than you were before, perhaps stronger and more empowered than you've ever been, which I think is the case, because every time I've gone through this kind of a challenge, I haven't gone through this kind of a challenge, but wherever I hit those moments where it feels like the hardest thing I've ever been through, I always come out on the other end, stronger, more empathetic. I come out on the other end with more to give, both to myself and to others. So I'm trying to focus on that. I'm trying to, this week, yes, I'm going to continue my search for a home, but I'm also going to try to focus on spiritual balance above all else. I don't know, I guess when I had that thought, I was thinking about spiritual balance this morning, and I got sick to my stomach. I felt like I was going to vomit, and I couldn't understand why. It was just kind of out of nowhere, and I'm like, oh, I really don't want to puke. I hate throwing up. That is the worst feeling. I mean, outside of actual physical pain, salmonella is worse than feeling nauseated, but feeling like you've got to puke, it's way up there. It's at least my number 2 worst feeling that I do not enjoy. So I decided to go back to bed. I was just going to lie down and take a nap, and hopefully this feeling would pass. And I was also thinking in my head, I'm like, okay, I literally just said I need to focus on spiritual balance. And now something is sending me to bed. This feeling is sending me to bed. So I'm going to go to bed focusing on spiritual balance. I used to lucid dream a lot, and I haven't in years. I haven't had a lucid dream, which is where you're in the middle of a dream and you realize you're dreaming. And you can do so much with that. It's like suddenly you are a god in this world. And I mean, I've had some crazy journeys in lucid dreams that were very helpful to me. I can find answers to problems I'm having a hard time solving when I'm in a lucid dream state. I can ask questions of the dream people, the dream characters, that's a tangent I could go on for hours, all I've done with lucid dreaming in the past, but again, it's been years. And I didn't have a lucid dream when I went to bed thinking about those things, but I opened myself up to being given insight by dreams. And I guess what I got, I got a profoundly memorable dream, and it isn't it's gonna sound just simple and weird, but I had a dream that I was in the future. I was in my future life. And I was in this house, kind of I don't know where. It felt kind of like it was out away from a big city, I guess. And Matt was there doing laundry. And I mean, just to be clear, I don't think this is the actual future. This isn't me having a dream about the future, because I highly doubt Well, who knows? But I doubt Matt would be in my future house doing laundry. But it was kind of like we were still roommates in this dream. Sort of, but it's kind of like he was just there and I was doing my own thing, and I had a dog. I had the dog that I want. Golden Retriever. And I asked where my dog was, and Matt just said, "Oh, I sent him on a walk." And I'm like, "You're supposed to walk with a dog. You don't send them on a walk, especially a Golden Retriever. He'll get into any stranger's car." So like, I went out, I found Duke, the dog. He has a name in my head that I don't want to say until I have him, but because I don't want to jinx it. But I found him carrying his leash and starting to wander out, and I grabbed his leash. I wasn't really paying attention to what was around, right? Like, I just grabbed his leash and I'm like, "All right, come on, dog with a cool name, let's go for a walk." So I go outside and it's like beautiful. It's beautiful out there. Just, I'm so at peace, and like, that's my goal. That's my the boundaries I'm setting around me moving forward are my home will have no room for anything but peace, love, and joy. And that's what I felt when I walked out of the house, dog's leash in hand, and just, it was so green. There were so many trees, and the grass was just deep green. There wasn't any dead grass. Like, it was gorgeous. Like, it was almost sparkling, but it was like, just, I don't know how to describe it. And like, down, there was a hill that we were at the top of, and way down at the bottom of the hill is this river that was also just gorgeous. And I'm like, yeah, this is why I can't let my dog take himself for a walk. He'd get washed away in that beautiful river. But I mean, that was pretty much the dream. And I woke up, and I don't remember like why I woke up or how long, if I even got out of bed, but I know I went back to sleep and I had the same dream again. And it was but it was different. It was the same, but with some added details. So this time when I go to find the dog, and he's holding his own leash, like, he's in, like, I don't know. I know Matt was doing laundry, but the dog was in the laundry room proper, I guess, getting his leash and going out. But he didn't seem to notice the two crocodiles that were in there with him. And I did, and I was like, holy crap, this is why you can't just let a dog take itself for a walk. There are crocodiles here. We have to look out for each other out there. It's beautiful, sure, but there are crocodiles. And I didn't notice them before, but now I see them. And, I basically shooed them out of the house. It's kind of like I huffed up or something, or puffed up, like I huffed up. I puffed up, and they scampered out of the house. There's not supposed to be crocodiles in the house. And then I had that same experience, taking the dog out, noting how gorgeous everything was, how spacious, and just I turn back, look at my house. It looks great. It looks like I want it to. Like, it kind of blends in with nature in a way, like. And I'm looking at the gorgeous river, and I'm aware that there are things in there, if I'm not careful, that will devour the things I love, the people I love. I don't know. It was a weird dream, and I haven't really analyzed it. But because I like doing dream interpretation, I just haven't taken the time today to do that. And I don't feel sick anymore, by the way. Like, that did go away after a nap. But I'm like, there was a message there in that dream for me. I'm not sure exactly what it was. But it did make me feel more at peace when I finally got up and got out of bed. It made me feel like, yes, there is peace, love, and joy in my future. But there are things that have to be navigated around. There are crocodiles that need to be shooed out. There are people, I guess that could be something represented by someone saying, oh, I sent him on a walk. You know, that could be symbolic of there are people in my life who do not have my best interests at heart, or the interests of anyone else. You know, like, they don't have anyone else's best interests at heart, only their own. You know, there are crocodiles who will devour if you don't keep your eye on them. If you just let them into your house, those things aren't allowed in the house. I mean, yeah, there's symbolism there. And I haven't had a dream like that in a really long time either, where it just felt like a coded message that, can be discovered by just pondering the dream imagery. So it did give me a sense of peace moving into this last week of total uncertainty about which path I'm going to be on at the end of it. Like, all paths lead to a future of a not too distant future of peace, love, and joy. I just don't know which path is going to be the one that I have to walk to get there. And some are harder than others. All of them are going to take work. All of them are going to take me, to a degree, pulling away from people in my life, like, not getting rid of them by any means, just for a year I have to put my goals first, is all I'm saying. And not in a way that I'd leave anyone to be eaten by crocodiles. Just in the way that, it's kind of like I have to put my oxygen mask on before I can help someone else with theirs, or I'll pass out, like what they tell you about on a plane. If you're a parent, put your oxygen mask on before you put your kids' masks on, because if you pass out, you can't help your kids. So that's kind of the way I'm looking at the next year. It's like I'm not writing anyone off or out, I'm just focusing on where I am and where I'm going and what my journey requires of me. So that's where I'm at. I'm trying to be zen. I'm trying to accept where I am and not focus on how scary it is, how hurtful it is, how unfair it is. Because honestly, people have lived through worse. And again, why not me? Not why me, why not me, looking at all the people throughout history and in the present day, all of the humans who have suffered, who are suffering, who will suffer. Why not me? Why not you? It's not unfair, it's just unpleasant and frustrating. It's reasonable to feel frustrated by things like that. But really, if you look at it from a mindset of spiritual balance, it is not unfair. So I'm going to try to walk peacefully through this week. And that's where I'm at right now, and you will know probably 2 days after I do when I post next week's vlog and let y'all know where I landed or where I'm going to have to make my landing. I will let you know, because I will know which path I'm going to walk. And the challenge for me is going to be walking that path, whatever it may be, peacefully, and walking towards my goal for the next year with confidence and faith, knowing that whatever is on the other end of this trial is a life of peace, love, and joy. So that's all I got for you right now. If you like following my vlog, if you want to see what becomes of me, feel free, if you are so kind and so inclined, to like and subscribe and ring the little bell if you want. I don't know what all that's all about, but do the things to keep following me. If you want to check out my writing, you can go to glennslade-clark-jr.com, my author site. And until next time, and after that too, I wish you peace.